Again, the Sidurim are in the seats right below you. Every seat has a book. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'emunato. Page 50. Or zaru ala tzadik ule yishrei lev simcha. 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 Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Page 17. Mizmor Shana Sher Chadash Ki neflot asa Hoshia lo yamina hozer hawa kodeshot. Page 18, 3 lines from the top. Zamaru l'Adonai bechinor v'kol zimra v'chatzotzorot v'kol shofar hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai yir'am hayamum lo tevel v'yoshvecha neharot imcha uchaf Yachad harim yiraneinu Lifnei Adonai kiva lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim b'meisharim. Page 19. Adonai v'chyuzu avim yoshket v'ruvim tanat haaretz Adonai Tzion gadol ramhu al kol ha'amim. Page 20 at the carrot. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Romebu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romebu. We all rise, page 21 for Psalm 29. Mizmor leDavid Havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, Havu l'Adonai kevod shemot, Yishtachavu l'Adonai lehadra kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod yirim, Adonai al ba'yim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koch, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vayeshaber Adonai et arzei halevanon, Vayarkidehem kemo ekel Levanon veSiryon kemo ven reimim. Kol Adonai chotzev lahavot esh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh. Kol Adonai yecholel ayavot, vayechesav ye'aron, uvechalo kulo omer kavod, kulo omer kavod. Adonai lemabul yashav, vayeshev Adonai melech leolam, Adonai os veyamo yiten, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom. And we are seated, page 22. Ana b'cholach gedulat yemincha, tatir tzerura. Kabel rina tamcha sagavenu taharenu nora nagibor dorashay yechucha kavat shamrim barachem tarem rachamim tikachatam hirgamlem chasin kadosh berov tuvacha nahelatatecha yachid geyay layamcha pnei zochre kedushatecha Shabbatenu kabel Ushemat Sawagatenu Yodea Ta'almot Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaved. We turn to page 23. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor v'livorecha Yishmiyanu El HaMeyuchad Adonai Echad U'shemo Echad L'shemo Tiferet V'helitila Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechol v'nelcha ki mekor ha'peracha mirosh mikeder nesucha soch ma'aseh b'machshava tchila lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech Ir melucha hakumi tzei mitoch ha'afecha Rav lach shevet be'yamecha b'cha v'hu yachamol Alaychem la lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela. Page 24. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela. Hinari me'afar kumi Livshi bigdei tifartechami Ayad nishai behet halachmi korvael Nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala Pernei Shabbat nekabela. Hitorri ki v'horech kumi ori shir haberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha Penei Shabbat nekabla lecha dodi likrat gala Penei Shabbat nekabla Lo tevoshim velo tikavmi ma tishtochachi umatemi Bach yachsu ani ami ונמנתה הרבתי לה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה Page 25 והיו נמשך שחסייך ורחקו כל נבלייך יסיס עלייך אלוהייך כמסוס חתן על כלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי ואת אדוני תעריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת We rise and we turn towards the door. We exhale and let go of all of the stresses and anxieties of the week that's passed as we step into the sacred moment of peace and wholeness, this time of Shabbat. Boi v'shalom materet bala gam b'simecha u'v'tzola toch emunei al segula Boi kala olecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela olecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Seated, and as some of you may be aware, Kenny Fuller lost his brother earlier this week, and we offer you, Kenny, these words of comfort. May God comfort you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. We turn to the Psalm for Shabbat, page 27. Mizmor shir layom haShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, Uzamer l'shimcha elyon, Lehakir baboker chastecha, Ve'emunatcha b'lelot, Alei yasor v'alei navel, Alei higayon bechinot, Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Uzamer l'shimcha elyon Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon Ki simchtani Adonai b'folecha B'maaseh yadecha aranen Magalu maasecha Adonai Me'od amku machshevotecha Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Uzamer leshimcha elyon. Uzamer leshimcha elyon. Yishma. At the Karen on page 28. Sadikat Yifrach Ke'eretz Balvadon Yizkeh Shetulim Bevet Adonai V'chatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Aryenuvon B'seva Deshainim V'rananim Yiyu Lehagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri V'lo Amalatapo. Page 29. Adonai Malachu Lavesh Lavesh Alayos Hitazar Aftikon Tevel Baltimot Aftikon Tevel Baltimot Nachon Kisacham Me'az Me'olamata Naseu Nerot Adonai Naseu Nerot Kolam Yiseu Nerot Dochyam Mikolot Mayim Rabim Adirim Mishpereyam Adir Varom Adonai Adir Varom Adonai Edotecha Nehemnu Meod Levetcha Nava Kodesh Adonai leorech yamim Adonai leorech yamim Mikolot mayim rabim Adirim mishpereyam Adir barom Adonai Adir barom Adonai. Mourners and those observing Yigeret Zion, please rise and bow to your spirit at this time and join with me in the words of Kaddish found on page 30. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbi Be'alamat yivarak yerutei v'yamalich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei techol beit Yisrael v'hagalah v'zaman kariv v'yivaru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbi mevarach le'olam u'le'omei u'mayah Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitalem, v'yitalal, shemei dekudsha, barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imeru, amen. Yehei shalama rabam in shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, Ve'al kol Yoshavei Tevel, ve'imeru. Amen. We are seated. Friends, Shabbat Shalom. This week in the Torah we read Parshat Vayakel. One of the things that is in this portion, which mostly is filled with repetitions from a couple portions ago with the details of the construction of the tabernacle. Previously God was telling them what to do and now they're actually doing it. We get an important lesson because it tells us that regarding the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol, that the priests of each tribe place the oryx and the other stones. And the rabbis comment on this, that the reason that Moses needed to give them this particular role was because what happened was at the time of the opening of the campaign for constructing the tabernacle, the fundraising began. First, they went to the most elite in the community, the chieftains, and the chieftains said, "You can always count on us, Moses. Don't worry about it. Go fundraise from all the people, and then come back, and anything that's the difference, we'll make it up." Right? Which, on the one hand, if you're a fundraiser, is a lovely thing to hear. It's always good to have a commitment with those who can give the most, that you will be able to achieve your goals. On the other hand, what happened in this particular case is that the Israelites were so motivated and so generous, there wasn't anything left for these machers to give. And Moses wanted them not to be so embarrassed, so he gave them this particular role. This is what the rabbis comment on this particular story, that we learn from this, that we should be eager, that we should jump in. Not only that, that when we give gifts, this is something that I learned from one of my teachers, Rabbi Elliot Dorff, who is an incredible scholar and perhaps the most modest person that you'll ever meet. And even though I was at a rabbi's conference earlier this week, and we all joke about the person who would want to donate so that the social hall could be the anonymous social hall, right? That actually Rabbi Dorff gives generously to lots of different causes, and his name is always there. And it's because he knows that people seeing his name will think to themselves, oh, that's a person who has similar means to me and is choosing to dedicate this way, and I should give too. Rather than thinking, oh, those people who are the mockers, they're going to take care of it. I don't have to be part of that giving. We should all be eager to jump in, and also when we see others, be inspired to give and to support and to build sacred community. And so I want to share with you something that was so beautiful that I was a part of yesterday. So last night, yesterday evening, at the Jewish Community Center, there was an exhibition game of, you were there too, yeah, of wheelchair basketball from the Israel Parasport Center, which is an amazing organization. It's been around years and years, from within a decade of the establishment of the State of Israel, that established this place where people who have different disabilities, some from birth, some from illness, some from accidents, some from terror attacks, right, are able to gain confidence and to engage in sport and in play and in community and feel a sense of relief and support. And they have all sorts of different programs, including wheelchair tennis and swim programs, and a number of other programs, and people of all faiths and backgrounds gather in this place in Israel. And it was really exciting to see these players, some of whom have legs that were amputated, others of whom simply have weakness or other disabilities that make it so that they can't, they can stand, but they can't walk the way that you or I can. And to see their athleticism as they roll across the court so quickly and make these baskets with ease, and we think about how difficult it would be for us. And then they gave the opportunity for young people that were there to play as well. And there was a first wave of kids that went, and then my youngest, watching the other kids play, saw one child, also from the religious school here at the synagogue, a kid named Dannah, who's a fabulous, fabulous young man, who's just a year older than him. And he said, he's doing that. I could do that. I want to do that. Are they going to let us do that again? And so we went down, and after a few minutes, all the people that were playing at that point got up, and more kids were able to go in, and I helped strap my son in. And at first, he was a little bit frightened, the same way that the first time you get on a ride at Disneyland that you know is going to be fun, but they strap you in and you feel like a little bit tense, like what's going on here. And then he starts playing with the wheels and spinning himself around and having a blast. And when the thing was over, he was running around telling us, that was the most fun I've ever had on wheels, right? That was what my 8-year-old was saying. And it was so precious and so adorable, and it embodied that eagerness to try something new, to experiment, to see joy and to take hold of that, to be part of sacred community, to when asked and when invited, to say, yes, I'm in, to do the opposite of what the priests of the tribes of Israel did according to our rabbis based on this week's portion. So with that wisdom, seize the Shabbos. And Mora Andre will lead us now in the Ma'ariv service, the Aravit, beginning on page 39. Please rise for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. May be seated. Ma'avir yom ve'layla, mavdil ben yom ve'en layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'chayam tamim loch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai HaMa'ariv Aravim. Page 40. Avat Olam Beit Israel Amchata Torah mitzvot ukim umishpatim otanu Baruch Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Page 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha, v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol me'otecha, ve'hayu ha'dvarim ha'eleh, Asher Anochi Mitzavecha, Hayom Ha'levavecha, Veshinantam Levanecha, V'nibartam, V'shivtecha B'veitecha, V'ulechecha B'terech, U'shofbecha U'kumecha, U'shartam Leot Ayatecha, V'hayu Totafot B'neinecha, U'tavtam, Amzuzot Beitecha, U'yisharecha.
Page 44.
Malchut Torah Tzonkibo Lechem Moshe Miriam Bnei Yisrael Lechan Yeshira V'Simcha Rabba V'Amru Kulam Mi Chamocha Elim Adonai Mi Chamocha Nedar B'Kodesh Norah Tehilot Osef Elem Malchutecha Ruvenecha Yam Lifnei Moshe V'Miriam Zeli Anu V'Amru Adonai Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed V'Nemar Kifad Adonai Et Yaakov V'Lo Miyad Hazach Mimenu Baruch Atah Adonai Gal Yisrael.
Page 45.
Ushmor Teitenu Oveinu L'chaim L'Shalom Yatavi Ad Olam Ufros Aleinu Suchat Shlomecha Baruch Atah Adonai HaPares Suchat Shalom Aleinu V'Yakol Amo Yisrael V'Yal Yerushalayim.
We all rise to turn to page 46 for V'Shamru.
V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam. V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam. Beini u'bein B'nei Yisrael Oti Le'olam, Oti Le'olam, Oti Le'olam. V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam. Ki sheshet yamim Asa Adonai, Asa Adonai et HaShamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat La'asot et HaShabbat Ledorotam Berit Olam. U'bayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'Shamru B'nei Yisrael Et HaShabbat
Otam Berit Olam.
Yitkadav, Yitkadav, Shemei Rabbi, Ve'alma Divrach Kirute, Ve'amlich Malchute,
V'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'vayet kol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Ba'agala, u'vizman Kariv, Ve'yimeru, Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Ve'alom
V'itadar, v'itale, v'itaval, Shemei Nekudashah, Le'ela min chol birchata v'shirata,
Tushvechata nehemata, Damiram le'alma,
Ve'imeru.
We continue now with the Friday night Amidah recited in silent standing prayer, which you can find on pages 47 through 52. It's an opportunity to offer the prayers on the page, but also whatever prayer stirs your heart. When you've completed your personal prayer, feel free to be seated.
Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Ve'imeru. Amen.
We'll offer a prayer now for all those who are ill.
Mishebe'era avoteinu mekor habracha ve'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who brought healing to Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those for whom we now pray, including Toba Gala Baschaya, Leora Bat Chaim, Yosef ben David, Karen Gaynor, Neil Rosenblum, Rabbi Tracy Rosen, Isa ben Miral, Brian Sweeney, Naomi Bat Devorah, Alexandra Rachel Bat Shoshana, Yenta Tzivia Bat Miriam, Daniel Ivory, Peniel ben Sarah, Rafal Ari ben Ruth Samara, Shana Bat Nisan, Eileen Martin, Yankel Hirsch ben Malka, Tova Tikva Bat Ruth, Cyril Rashka B'chaya Pearl, Kalman ben Chaim, Aaron ben Lisa, Yael ben Chaya Sarah, Eliezer Leib ben Sarah Elka, Yocheved ben Razel, Shmuel Yaakov ben Rivka, Jeannie Eisenberg, Philip Eisenberg, Nissan ben Fredo, Reuben ben Chaya Riva, Esther Batya bat Biba, Michael Donahue, Reuven ben Leon Levine, Shoshana Sharon ben Chana, Shmuel Velva ben Devorah, Chaya bat Devorah, Leor Yisrael ben Rachel, John Granick, Mayor David ben Brindle, Rivka Shano ben Chana, Shalom ben Pesach, Chaim Michal ben Yocheved, Eliyahu David ben Yevid Chana, Barak ben Brachan, all the others who we hold in our hearts at this time. May the Holy restore them to fullness of health, of body, of mind, and of spirit, blessing them and those dedicated to their care. May they journey towards speedy healing.
Mishe'era imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, their renewal of body, their renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We rise now for Aleinu on page 56.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tekin l'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anamnu korim, u'mishachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malkei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu.
Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
V'ne'emar v'yaya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz. V'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad. U'shemo echad.
You may be seated. In addition to the passing of Barry Fuller that I mentioned previously, Kenny Fuller's brother of blessed memory this week, we also this week are marking the yard sites of Angela Jacoby, Marilyn Green's father, Jane Siegel, Gail Eamon's mother, Harvey Brody, Tracy, your father of blessed memory, Joseph Scheinbaum, Alan Scheinbaum's father, Albert Joseph, Lois Seaman's father, Celia Jacobson, Frank Jacobson's grandmother, Dodie Norbin, Larry Norbin's late wife, Lenore Young, Allison Feinberg's grandmother, Sion Alicia, Daniel Alicia's father, Jonas Kleiner, Norbert Kleiner's father, Leon Cooper, Andy Cooper's father, Susan Nauer, Pam Menton's mother, Bruce Shelton, Jacqueline Wolheim's father, Fred Hirsch, Rose Hirsch's late husband, May Resnick Galnick, Richard Resnick's mother, Sally Flash, Cynthia Fishbine's mother, Alvin Levin, Danny Lieber's father, and Liz Lieber's father, and Amy's grandfather, Donald Feinberg, Erwin Feinberg's brother, and Linda Weiss, Julie Seifer, and Michael Feinberg's uncle, Esther Person, Benjamin Person's grandmother, Helene Burt, Linda Pressman's mother, Miriam Gersh, Debbie Bernstein's grandmother, Dennis Bernstein, of course, your late husband and your dad. Inez Hoffman, Wendy, your mom, and also Hazel Letterman, your aunt of blessed memory. We pray to Hani Shmatam, Tzura B'tzura Chayim, the souls of all of our loved ones past be bound in the bond of life eternal. I invite mourners and those observing yard site to rise in body or spirit and join with me now in the words of Kaddish on page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbi, ve'alama tivra keriteh, ve'almich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'adama v'zaman kariv yiru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbi v'rach le'olam u'mei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpawar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal, shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimeru, amen. You may be seated. So wonderful to be with all of you, Yasher Koch Andre, to be with all of you in the chapel this evening, and also be joined by those of you online, including Susan, Peter, Audrey, and so many others. Know that your presence is felt with us here in the Beit Midrash in our chapel. It's my pleasure to invite Rob Young from our board. There's a number of board members in the room, so I was like, I'm seeing who is walking forward. Rob Young from our board, our ritual vice president and incoming president,
What do you want, choose?
to share this evening's announcements.
So the truth is the rabbi doesn't know who I am. But I was listening to the rabbi, I was looking at these announcements, and there's nothing funny for me to talk about except to remind the rabbi that pretty soon he's going to have to strap himself into the passenger side of a car when his sons start to get ready to.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Rabbi Mora Ivory, for leading us in Kabbalat Shabbat services. Thank you, Rob Young, for your technical assistance. There's still time to get your raffle tickets for the two Final Four, so the semifinals and finals. The games are on April 6th and 8th. The tickets are $75 each, 3 for $200, 5 for $300. The drawing will be held Sunday, March 31st. And if you look in the bulletin, you'll see that we'll have a little party on March 31st. Monday, March 11th at 7 o'clock, along with the Valley Faith Midrash. Our community are co-sponsors of the Hammerman Lecture, and the guest speaker this year is Dara Horn. There'll be a book signing after, so try not to miss that. Everything you don't want to know but need to know, sponsored by the Lador Vador Society. It's an important discussion on pre-need planning with representatives from Mount Sinai Cemetery and Sinai Mortuary. That's going to be held on St. Patrick's Day. See the bulletin for more details. But also on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, is Little's Purim celebration, Purim Palooza. And that's at 4 o'clock. And Purim celebrations continue. I hope that I'm going to see everybody on Saturday night, March 23rd, because we're expecting everybody to wear their 60s gear. For some of us, Rabbi, that's a historical thing. For others, they just have to open their closet. Plenty of food, things from the 60s. The Rosgadol Religious School will hold its Purim Carnival on Sunday, March 24th. There's a lot of stuff going on. April 5th, Friday night, is our musical Shabbat, and there'll be a congregational Shabbat dinner. You can sign up for that now, and you can also sign up for the second night Passover Seder, which will be on April 23rd. I went last year, and it was the best Seder I've ever been to. I hope you'll be able to join us for that. Shabbat Shalom, or I'm sorry, Carpe Shabbat.
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. We rise now for Kiddush. You can follow along on page 55.
Savri Havarai,
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei b'ri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'ratzah b'anu, v'shabbat kodsho v'yava uvratzon hichilanu, zikaron l'ma'aseh b'reishit, hihu yom tefillah l'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher b'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'charta, yotanu kidasha, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, v'yava uvratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Adonai Oz Levo Yitzhak, Adonai Varech Atamov Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.